sudden and unexplainable negative energy around you. One of the most powerful signs that someone may be directing witchcraft, curses, or negative energy toward you is the sudden presence of an atmosphere you cannot explain. You walk into your own home, and instead of feeling comfort and peace, there's heaviness. You wake up in the morning, and instead of starting with energy and gratitude, there's a strange fog that weighs you down. This isn't just tiredness, stress, or random mood swings. It's a force that feels unnatural, almost as if something unseen is clinging to your spirit. Energy is real. We can't always see it, but we can always feel it. Think about the times you've entered a room after two people had been arguing. You feel the tension without anyone saying a word. That's how energy works. And when it is manipulated with bad intentions, it can seep into your space, draining your joy, clarity, and peace. When witchcraft is directed at you, one of the first signs is that your atmosphere changes drastically. What was once light begins to feel dark. What was once peaceful becomes restless. You may even notice strange patterns, like your plants withering for no reason, pets acting anxious or aggressive, or objects in your home breaking or going missing more often than usual. These are not just coincidences. They can be subtle warnings that your environment is being disturbed by spiritual interference. This type of heaviness is not the kind that disappears after a good night's rest or a positive distraction. It lingers. It follows you from room to room and sometimes even into your workplace, your car, or your sleep. You may feel watched, uneasy, or restless for no reason. At night, the energy becomes more noticeable. You may struggle with sudden insomnia, disturbing dreams, or waking up at the same exact time every night, especially during the witching hours between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. The danger of this sign is that many people dismiss it. They chalk it up to stress, mental exhaustion, or overthinking. But your spirit is wiser than your mind. When your spirit begins to sense what your eyes cannot see, it's alerting you that something beyond the physical is happening. This is why it's so important to trust your intuition. Your soul is your greatest shield, and it often knows before your logic does. If you're experiencing this sudden cloud of negativity, don't ignore it. Acknowledge it. Sit with it. Then begin to cleanse your space through prayer, meditation, sound healing, or even simple actions like lighting a candle, opening your windows, or speaking affirmations of protection. Remember, darkness cannot survive where light is invited in. The heaviness you feel is not random. It is a signal. And if you pay attention, it will be the first step in protecting yourself from the hidden attacks of witchcraft and negative energy, constant obstacles and blockages in your life. Another powerful sign that someone may be working witchcraft against you is when your life suddenly becomes filled with obstacles, blockages, and setbacks that make no logical sense. It feels as though every step you take forward is followed by 3 steps back. Your plans fall apart, your progress stalls, and no matter how hard you work, nothing seems to flow. Normally, challenges are part of life. We all face difficulties, delays, and failures. It's how we grow. But when witchcraft or negative energy is at play, the struggles are unusually heavy, repetitive, and unnatural. They don't feel like ordinary tests. They feel like invisible walls designed to trap you. For example, maybe you've been working on a career opportunity that seemed certain, yet out of nowhere, it crumbles. Or perhaps you start a business, and just when success feels close, unexpected problems keep arising. In relationships, you may notice sudden misunderstandings, unnecessary arguments, or unexplained distance appearing between you and loved ones. It's as if something is deliberately interfering with your blessings, cutting you off from the flow of abundance and harmony. This is one of the most frustrating effects of spiritual attacks. Witchcraft often works by targeting your path, your opportunities, and your destiny. It blocks doors that should be opening. It delays miracles that should already be unfolding. It makes simple things complicated and burdens light tasks with unusual heaviness. And when this continues for weeks or months, it begins to affect your mental health. You start questioning your worth, your effort, and even your faith. Another sign to pay attention to is repetition. If you notice the same type of misfortune happening over and over again, it's often not a coincidence. For example, every time money comes into your hands, an emergency arises that drains it instantly. Or every time you build momentum toward a goal, something unexpected derails your progress. This cycle of repeated blockages can be a sign that someone is spiritually interfering with your path, trying to keep you from moving forward. But here's the truth. While witchcraft can delay, it cannot destroy what is meant for you unless you allow it. Spiritual blockages are real, but so is spiritual protection. Your awareness is the first step toward breaking them. Once you recognize that these obstacles are unnatural, you can take steps to fight back through prayer, fasting, affirmations, cleansing rituals, or simply calling upon the higher power you believe in to clear your path. You were not created to live stuck, bound, or blocked. You were created to flow, to rise, and to walk in your divine purpose. Witchcraft may try to interfere, but it cannot win when you awaken, protect yourself, and claim your authority. Remember, no spell, curse, or energy is stronger than the light that lives within you. So if you've been facing constant, unexplainable blockages, take it as a wake-up call. You're not unlucky, you're under attack. But the good news is, with awareness and spiritual alignment, you have the power to break free and reclaim your path. Strange physical symptoms and sudden drains of energy. One of the clearest signs that witchcraft or negative spiritual energy may be working against you is when your body begins to carry symptoms that cannot be explained by natural causes. You may start to feel drained, weak, or constantly tired, even when you've had enough rest. You may experience sudden headaches, heaviness in your chest, or sharp pains that come and go without medical explanation. These are not just physical ailments, they are spiritual manifestations. The body is deeply connected to the spirit. When someone directs harmful energy toward you, your spirit often absorbs the impact first. Over time, this energy begins to affect the physical body. That's why many people under spiritual attack report feeling exhausted, restless, or heavy for no reason at all. It's as if the life force inside you is being siphoned away, leaving you tired, even when you haven't exerted yourself. Some people also notice skin breakouts, sudden hair loss, or digestive issues with no clear cause. Others find themselves getting sick more frequently or feeling small but nagging pains that doctors cannot easily explain. In certain cases, you might even notice that the moment you begin working on something important, such as a goal, a project, or a prayer, your body suddenly feels weak, shaky, or unmotivated. This is not coincidence. It's resistance from unseen forces. Sleep is another area where witchcraft often leaves its fingerprints. Many report experiencing disturbing dreams, sudden nightmares, or sensations of being watched or held down while they sleep. Others wake up feeling more exhausted than when they went to bed. It is as if rest is stolen from you, leaving you in a cycle of fatigue. If you've ever experienced waking up at the same odd hours repeatedly, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., this too can be a sign that spiritual interference is affecting your body and energy field. Animals are often sensitive to these changes as well. Pets may become unusually restless around you, barking, hissing, or acting protective. This is because animals naturally sense energy imbalances and can detect when something unseen is trying to attach itself to you. It's important not to dismiss these symptoms. While we should always seek medical attention when necessary, when doctors find no clear answers and the patterns continue, it may be a spiritual issue, not just a physical one. The enemy often works subtly, making you believe you're simply stressed or overworked, while in reality, you're under spiritual attack. The good news is, once you recognize these signs, you can begin to protect yourself. Cleansing rituals, prayer, fasting, or using protective practices such as salt, incense, or affirmations can help restore balance. The body is resilient, but the spirit must first be healed for the body to regain its strength. If your energy feels stolen, if your body feels heavy without reason, and if your rest feels disturbed night after night, take it seriously. These are not random symptoms. They are signals that your spirit is under attack and that it's time to shield yourself with light and reclaim your energy. Relationships, turning sour without reason. Another powerful sign that witchcraft may be influencing your life is when your relationships, whether with family, friends, or romantic partners, begin to break down suddenly and without logical explanation. Healthy connections that once felt strong and loving may suddenly be filled with tension, arguments, or distance. You may feel misunderstood, attacked, or even isolated by the very people who used to support and uplift you. Witchcraft often aims to isolate its target. Why? Because isolation weakens your energy. When you are surrounded by love and support, your spirit is stronger, your confidence is higher, and your protection is greater. But when those bonds are broken, you are left feeling vulnerable, alone, and easy to attack. This is why many spiritual attacks manifest as sudden shifts in relationships. For example, you may notice that a close friend begins to treat you coldly for no reason, spreading rumors or pulling away. Or your partner may start arguments over things that were never an issue before. Family members may suddenly seem distant or overly critical, even though nothing significant has changed. These are not always natural conflicts. Sometimes they are the result of energy manipulation designed to plant seeds of confusion, mistrust, and division. Another sign is when you experience misunderstandings that spiral out of control. Small disagreements turn into big fights. Words are twisted, intentions are misread, and harmony seems impossible. It feels as if something unseen is stirring up drama, feeding off the chaos, and pushing people further apart. This manipulation can also show up in your social circle. You may find yourself attracting toxic people who drain you, deceive you, or betray you, while at the same time losing those who genuinely care for you. It's as if the forces working against you are trying to surround you with negativity while removing your sources of light and encouragement. Pay attention also to the timing. If multiple relationships in your life start to deteriorate all at once, especially when everything else seems heavy too, it's rarely a coincidence. It could very well be a spiritual attack aiming to strip you of your support system. However, here's the empowering truth. What is broken by dark energy can be restored by light. Awareness is your first shield. Once you recognize that the conflict may not be entirely natural, you can respond differently. Instead of feeding the arguments or falling into despair, you can step back, protect your spirit, and focus on sending love and light into the relationship. Prayer, affirmations, forgiveness, and setting energetic boundaries are powerful tools to rebuild what has been tampered with. Remember this: relationships built on truth and love cannot be permanently destroyed by witchcraft. They may be shaken, but they can be restored when you and those connected to you choose awareness and healing over conflict and division. The enemy seeks to divide, but your strength lies in unity. Protect your heart, protect your bonds, and don't allow unseen forces to turn your love into war, disturbing dreams, and spiritual oppression at night. One of the most overlooked but powerful signs of witchcraft at work in your life is the invasion of your dreams and nighttime peace. Dreams are not just random images or meaningless thoughts. They are windows into the spiritual world, and very often they reveal battles taking place beyond what your eyes can see. When someone is sending witchcraft your way, your dreams can become the first battlefield. You may begin to experience vivid nightmares, often filled with fear, confusion, or symbolic attacks. For instance, you might see snakes, spiders, shadows, or dark figures chasing you. You may find yourself trapped in strange places, falling endlessly, or being attacked by animals or faceless people. These are not ordinary dreams. They are messages, warnings, or even direct forms of spiritual oppression. Another common sign is the experience of sleep paralysis, where you wake up unable to move or speak often with a heavy pressure on your chest. Many describe it as feeling like a dark presence is sitting on them or holding them down. While science may offer explanations spiritually, this can also be a sign that witchcraft or dark energy is trying to dominate you during your most vulnerable hours of rest. You may also wake up repeatedly at specific times during the night, especially between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., which many traditions consider the hours of heightened spiritual activity. If you consistently wake up during these hours with a sense of unease, heaviness, or fear, it may not be coincidence. It may be your spirit alerting you to a spiritual attack taking place. Another form of oppression is when your sleep no longer feels restful. Instead of waking up refreshed, you rise in the morning more tired than when you went to bed. It feels as if your energy has been drained overnight, leaving you weak, sluggish, or unmotivated throughout the day. This is a classic tactic of witchcraft, to weaken your energy through the night so that you cannot rise strong and focused during the day. What makes these attacks so dangerous is that they often go ignored. Many people dismiss them as just bad dreams or random sleep issues. But your spirit is wiser than that. When you are repeatedly disturbed at night, when your dreams feel dark and heavy, or when you sense an oppressive presence in your sleep, it's a signal that something deeper is happening. The key to overcoming this is spiritual protection before you sleep. Simple but powerful practices such as praying, meditating, reading sacred texts, or surrounding yourself with protective affirmations can shield your spirit. You can also cleanse your bedroom with light, candles, incense, or even playing calming, high-vibration music. These small actions invite peace into your space and block dark energy from entering. Your sleep is sacred. It is the time your body heals, your mind resets, and your spirit connects. If witchcraft is attempting to invade this sacred space, don't ignore it. Protect it fiercely, because a strong night's rest is one of your greatest defenses against spiritual attacks. Intuition and spiritual discernment. Warning: the final and perhaps most powerful sign that someone may be using witchcraft against you is your own intuition, your inner voice, your spiritual discernment, that deep knowing within you that something is not right. Long before the physical signs show up, long before the obstacles, the sickness, or the broken relationships, your spirit often whispers a warning. The problem is that many people ignore it, brushing it off as paranoia, overthinking, or simple fear. But your intuition is a sacred gift, and when it alerts you, it's for a reason. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt that something was off, even when everything looked normal? Have you ever met someone who smiled at you, yet deep inside, you felt their energy wasn't genuine? That's your spirit speaking to you. And when witchcraft or negative energy is being sent your way, this inner sense becomes even stronger. You may feel uneasy without explanation, restless around certain people, or drained after specific conversations. Intuition often speaks through patterns. For example, you may repeatedly dream about someone who appears with negative energy, or your mind may keep circling back to the same thought: something isn't right here. Your body may even respond: tightness in the chest, a heavy gut feeling, or sudden anxiety without reason. This is not coincidence. It is your spirit's alarm system. The challenge is that society often teaches us to ignore intuition, to rely only on logic and facts. But witchcraft is not logical. It operates in the unseen, in places where human eyes cannot see. That's why your spirit, the part of you connected to the divine, is the most reliable guide when navigating spiritual battles. When your intuition warns you, the next step is discernment. Discernment is not just about knowing that something is wrong. It's about understanding the source and the solution. You may not always know who is sending the negative energy, but you will know when to protect yourself, when to distance yourself, and when to strengthen your spiritual practices. Discernment sharpens your ability to see through deception, to sense false intentions, and to act wisely instead of impulsively. Pay attention to the subtle ways your intuition speaks. Maybe you suddenly feel the urge to pray more, to cleanse your space, or to cut ties with someone whose energy feels draining. Maybe you feel guided to spend more time in solitude, reflection, or connection with your higher power. These nudges are not random. They are divine instructions for your protection. Most importantly, never doubt the power of your inner knowing. When something deep inside tells you that you're under attack, trust it. That awareness is often the very shield that prevents greater harm. Witchcraft thrives in silence and ignorance, but it weakens when exposed. By listening to your intuition, you shine a light on the darkness and take back control over your energy. Remember this, your spirit always knows before your mind does. Trust it, strengthen it, and let it guide you. Intuition is not fear, it is wisdom. And when you honor it, you will always be one step ahead of any force working against you. We've now walked through 7 powerful signs that can reveal when witchcraft or negative energy is being directed toward you. From the sudden heaviness in your environment, to constant blockages in your life, to unexplained physical symptoms, broken relationships, disturbing dreams, and the voice of intuition, each of these is not random. They are signals, reminders that there is more to life than what the physical eye can see. But here's the most important truth I want you to carry with you. No force of darkness has the power to defeat you unless you surrender to it. Witchcraft may try to disturb your peace, delay your blessings, or confuse your path, but it cannot destroy your destiny. You are connected to a higher source of light, a divine power that is greater than any curse, spell, or negative intention. The purpose of spiritual attacks is not just to harm you, it's to distract you. It wants to take your focus away from your purpose, your blessings, and your growth. But the moment you recognize the attack for what it is, the battle shifts in your favor. Awareness is your first weapon, protection is your second, and unwavering faith is your strongest shield. If you've been noticing these signs in your life, don't panic. Instead, take it as confirmation that your spirit is awake and alert. Many people live blindly, unaware of the energies moving around them, but you have been given sight, discernment, and the ability to protect yourself. Strengthen your connection to the divine. Speak affirmations of protection daily. Cleanse your space, protect your energy, and keep your mind rooted in faith, not fear. Remember, witchcraft feeds on fear. The more you believe you are powerless, the stronger it feels. But the moment you declare, I am protected, I am guided, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper, you reclaim your authority. You send a signal to the universe that you are not a victim, you are a victor. Also, do not underestimate the power of love and positivity. Darkness cannot survive where light is present. When you continue to live with compassion, gratitude, and inner strength, you naturally repel negative energy. Your vibration rises so high that no low frequency can stay attached to you. That's why keeping your heart pure, your thoughts clear, and your spirit aligned is one of the greatest protections you can have. So today, I urge you, if you sense these signs in your life, take action, protect your energy, strengthen your faith, trust your intuition, and above all, know that you are far more powerful than any dark force working against you. You are created for greatness, and no spell, curse, or attack can change that truth. Stand tall, rise in your light, and walk with confidence. You are protected, you are chosen, and you are unstoppable. Witchcraft may try to touch you, but it can never break you, because your spirit was designed to overcome.